All right, I got two small wrenches and one big hammer, and I got a busted trailer jack, tongue jack, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't go up or down. My buddy Willie just fixed his. He said it's easy fix, no problem. I should be able to do it. So let's see what happens. I've had this jack for 13 years. All right. Well, I have no idea what I'm looking at. Let's take it inside on the bench and see if we can't figure out what's wrong with it. So it looks like at one point there was some water down in here because that appears to have split. Plus it's got a little bend to it. I'm guessing it's stripped. I don't think I'm going to take it any further. This is split. There's definitely some rust here. It is 13 years old. I'm kind of interested what's wrong with it though. Nothing but rust coming out of here. Okay. There's nothing really in there. And the only thing that's in this end is that square piece. So nothing looks broken other than the threads are just the threads are wore out. Can't even weld anything back together. All right, I'd have to say that this is it's stripped out. It's wore out, frankly. I will add these parts to the bucket of doom. All right, so let's see. We got to get a new one. This one comes off. This one comes off with a snap ring. Probably can't see it. So a snap ring in there. So we got to go ahead and get that off of there. And then we'll have to measure that up and see. We'll have to see if the one we just installed on our tilt deck trailer will fit. I really don't want to have to cut the weld and then beat it off with a hammer, but that might be our only option. 2.5 inches. If you watched my video a couple weeks ago, we welded this one on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to measure it. I gotta go get a tape measure. There's a possibility that that'll fit. All right, I guess we'll order that one. If you need a tongue jack for your trailer, I'll put a link in the description. You can buy one too. All right, while we wait for the jack to come in, I'm going to install some of these marker lights on the trailer. The ones that are out there are broken. Don't judge. Accidents happen. They both work. Both have broken lenses, and I probably could just replace the lenses, but there's one mounting bolt, and I think we can use that as a pilot hole. Just drill a hole through and mount that up. We got the same situation over here. Again, it still works. I don't know what make, brand, or model light this is, so I think I'm just going to rip them off and put these on. What could possibly go wrong, really, right? Should be a simple job. Before I wire these up, I'm going to hit them with a grinding wheel and then hit them with a little can of Rust-Oleum. I like this Rust-Oleum hammered paint. It seems to be pretty durable, goes on good, and it dries quick. All right, we're gonna let that dry for about 30 minutes and then we'll install the lights. All right, while we're waiting for that paint to dry, we're gonna go ahead and install these latches, these cam style latches. This is my current setup for keeping the rear tailgate on. This trailer is small enough that when you hit a bump, it's really not abnormal for this rear gate to jump up. It's never fallen out, but I've seen it in the mirror and I'm like, it's enough to make you realize that you need to secure your stuff. So I've added the bungee cord. I've been running the bungee cord for quite a while. And now I'm hoping to add this latch on here. That should do it. That should hold the tailgate on. We'll see how well it holds up. I got it adjusted fairly tight right now. Try tightening it up just a little bit more. And it really sucks it down nice. And it locks in up here on these brackets. This should be a way nicer setup than having that bungee cord on there. I'll go ahead and get this one installed. All right, we got both latches on, and it's really holding that tailgate well. And I just undo the latches. The tailgate comes right off. That ain't going nowhere. All right, I'm getting ready to wire up the marker lights, but I added a grounding stud. For these lights, the ground wire was just stuck on the back. With the new one, because it's a grommet mount, I don't really have a place to bolt the ground. So what I did is I just drilled a 1/4-inch hole, and then I added a bolt with a nut and a lock wash. Then what I'll do is I'll put the ring terminal on that, and that'll be my ground post. All right, we got the marker lights in. They look pretty good. Got the grounding stud. I got the grounding stud on there. We've got our connection. It's heat shrinked and taped. I got it stuffed up inside of here. I think it looks pretty good. And we did the same thing over here on this side. So now we got the latches done on the rear gate. We got the marker lights done. And I've got the tongue jack on order. As soon as that comes in, we'll see if it fits on the same mount as the old one. If it doesn't, we're gonna have to do a little fabrication, but if it does, it should be in good shape. I ordered it yesterday. It'll be here in a couple days. So when it comes in, we'll come right back. All right, we got our new trailer jack, and we are on the precipice of figuring out if this thing will work. I got my snap ring pliers are about 5 sizes too small. I think I need some bigger snap ring pliers. These just ain't cutting it. All right, let's see if this thing fits on here. I know you're all dying to find out. If this doesn't work, we're gonna have to do some cutting and welding. Boy, it is so close to fitting. But I'm not sure it's going to. All right, now I got I got a decision to make. Do I try to increase the diameter of this hole by maybe 1/8 of an inch? Maybe. Or do I cut that off and weld this new plate on? I think I'm going to try a few things first before I cut that all off. We're making progress. We're going to be able to get this. See, this is all the powder coat that's on there. I think this is going to clean up nice. I think we got it cleaned up enough right now. Seems to go on there pretty good. It might fight me a little bit, but I'm going to try to put the snap ring on. That snap ring was fighting me a little bit. There's the new one. There's the old one. So I'm going to have to reuse this old one for this old bracket for the new jack. We'll see how that works. All right, that didn't go on too bad. Once we got the powder coat off of the new jack and the rust off of the old mount, the jack did fit onto the mount okay. I did have to use the old snap ring though because the groove was a little bit smaller on the old jack compared to the new jack. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the improvements we've made on the trailer. We did the jack, we did the marker lights. I even installed some new tires that I didn't show you. We installed new latches on the rear gate, and overall we just gave the trailer a little bit of a refresh, which is what it needed. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you. You are better than most. I hope you'll stick around and maybe check out another video that I got linked here somewhere. Maybe give me a thumbs up or a like, or maybe even subscribe if you're not, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.